This is Joe Hoskin. I'm here at the SVG Europe networking event at IBC 2024. I'm delighted to say I'm here with our sponsor, Marco Weissert from Shure. He's the Associate Vice President for Sales Europe. Good afternoon, Marco. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Thanks for having me here, Joe.
It's a pleasure, it really is. Now, let's start with, why is diversity such an important aspect of Shure's overall strategy?
Good question. And if you allow me, before we go in there, first compliment for managing my name. I know how hard it is pronounced for a British tongue. And secondly, you allow me to, I don't want to complain, but you equip me with a competitive product, which tells me it must work good, otherwise it's cool. But as I said to you earlier, other parents have also beautiful children.
They do.
So regarding diversity for Shure, what does it mean? You know, I think, I don't know if you know, next year we're celebrating a 100-year anniversary, which is a fantastic milestone in an industry like ours. And founded in 1925 by Sidney and Shure. From the beginning on, it was super important for Mr. Shure founding that company and running that company based on enormous, strong core values. One of those core values was and is diversity and inclusion. If I am allowed, you know, I can tell you a bit of the history back in the days in the mid to late 20s when Mr. Shure was absolutely welcoming Afro-American associates in his company, women in his company in leading positions. And you can imagine that it was a crazy time, late 20s. You know, we talk about circumstances that we don't want to deal with anymore. It wasn't easy for Mr. Shure to run a company, hiring people, employing people with other skin color at a time when they had to go to different restrooms, when they had to take a different bus in the most extreme. So that heritage, so to speak, is accompanying us and is guiding us even in the 2020s now, and is the essence of what we do. So diversity and inclusion is important. We have offices, don't judge me by the exact number, in around 28, 29 different countries. We employ people in those 28, 29 countries. And quite a lot of those jobs are with an international impact. They are interacting with people from other continents, with other ethnical backgrounds. You know, having an understanding of what that means helps us to also look through the eyes of our customers who have a variety, a ton of different nations, religious backgrounds, ethnical, I'm struggling with the English word, racic backgrounds. You know what racial background. Thank you, Joe. So that is important for us, because if we don't treat that in a way internally like it is normal and try to understand nuances and differences, why people react differently to the same matter, then we don't understand our customers, why they deal differently with our products.
I mean, it sounds a very progressive attitude for, I think that's how it would be termed nowadays, for someone from, you know, as you say, for a company that's fast approaching 100 years of success. I mean, can you elaborate a little on specific initiatives that Shure has that to promote diversity and inclusion within the company?
Absolutely. So I don't know if you're aware, you know, our CEO and president is Chris Schwink, a lady, which is one of the rare exceptions in our very masculine-driven industry.
Yes.
So when she became president of that great company, one of her first decisions was to implement a program that we call IDEA, which stands for Inclusion, Diversity, Equity, and Access, to make that important and visible and transparent to everybody, that we not only live those values, that we not only act along those core values set and implemented by our founder back in the days, no, that we pay enough attention on a daily business life, and that we allow our associates around the globe to spend specific time in understanding each other. So part of that IDEA program is subgroups, we call them vibes. They are led by associates of us all around the world with different backgrounds, with different experiences, different roots, to share stories, to share experiences, good and bad experiences, to learn from each other and to get to a better understanding of each other. This is one of the most important programs. It even is set as a fundamental part for the goal setting for all our leadership around the world, all our associates around the world. So when we define specific objectives and goals for our annual performance review, the IDEA program as such and participating that and contributing to that program is a fundamental part as a milestone, as a significant topic in our what we call APG, Annual Performance and Growth Review process.
So it's very much imbued with the whole company ethos and culture.
Exactly.
So then there are specific educational and training programs. If I join Shure, would that be part of my Shure journey, if you like?
So
would it be something I would be encouraged to do, or would it be something I would be expected to do?
Oh, actually both. So, and if you join Shure, please make sure that you have my name on your orientation schedule, that we go out for a lunch in the first week, but it's a separate topic, Joe. So now, in fact, to that hypothetical scenario, you're joining Shure, I think you would be surprised because part of your orientation program as such, being in contact with different divisions, department, different people to understand how the company works, you will have in your Outlook calendar, sorry for using a company here, so in your Outlook calendar you would have already set quite a lot of appointments that are due to that IDEA program, to attend calls, to attend meetings, to get closer to that program. So your schedule might be really busy already. So you asked me about training programs and the like. So what we have, I think as other companies as well, we establish our different IDEA sub-programs and the Care Vibes and the V-Vibes programs that we have. We establish that in our intranet, that everybody can access and download information. There's a link also to a online learning platform with different courses, multiple courses that you can attend whenever your daily work life allows. You will be empowered to reserve some time during your week to spend time on those aspects that you don't get bothered with, so that your colleagues know now Joe is separating an hour. Yeah. And those programs are about cultural awareness, cultural aspects, learning about, hey, why is an Arabic person probably reacting differently to something that a European or a Central versus a British person would react very different. So this is very important. Me, myself, I was living for almost 2.5 years in Dubai, and I was leading an office with 16 team members coming from 14 different countries. Right. So you can imagine how important that is, because if I address a message to my team, the reaction from those 16 team members is not the very same. The one would see it as hooray, the other would say, but I have a ton of questions before we go there, and the other one, why are you asking so many questions? Let's go there. So that therefore is important that we keep up with those programs, with those trainings, and that we empower the people to reserve a specific time to do so.
So it sounds like it's very much so internally, there's this whole process and workflow and career development plan.
Correct.
Does Shure have any collaborations with associations and external entities, if you like, businesses, whatever, in terms of developing, this program?
Yeah, great question. I think the easiest answer to start with is probably the sponsorship today of Women at IBC, with the event that starts and gets prepared right now in the next few minutes. So furthermore, we are sponsoring different organizations around the world in different countries when it is about women in audio and different aspects. So as we all know, it's still an exception if you see a lady being in front of house on the console. Yep. So, and that's why we would like to pay a lot of attention for that, because it helps us. Our booth actually is managed and run by 4 female engineers today here at IBC. So going back to Women in Audio, there are other collaborations and organizations that we support, like the Black Heritage Month in the US, the Asian Pacific Island Heritage Month once a year, to pay special attention for those people that are not that much on the radar. Furthermore, as you know, Shure, we are serving different market segments, from here in broadcast to live sound applications, also in the conferencing world. In conferencing, we are part of the AVIXA organization, and we are sponsoring AVIXA Diversity Council as well as AVIXA Women Council. So this is very important for us to underline. And it always goes back to the one aspect. If you pay attention for it, it works. Nothing happens from alone. So to speak. That's why it is so important for us.
Okay. Well, Marco, thank you ever so much for your time today. Thank you for your support for this great initiative. And we can now go and join in.
Thank you for having me, and wish you a great event, and looking forward to have a drink or two with you. Thank you.
Thank you.